Welcome to August Sofa Chat. What are the plans for the front garden hedge?
I do feel like an overgrown schoolboy, I have to say.
Which of you really wanted to buy Star Corner? Do you want to explain why your knees look like that? Welcome to August Sofa Chat. We're going to start off with some questions that were sent after July's Sofa Chat, so let's dive straight in. Antiques UD7YP asks, they've been meaning to ask, what are the plans for the front garden hedge and gate? Last job to do.
Probably.
So we do have a plan
Yes.
for the gate and the hedge. So the hedge has for some reason died. I think before we even moved in, the hedge was overgrown and had grown too big. So when we've tried cutting it back, I think that's what's caused some of
Well, they'd already lost huge sections of it as well, hadn't they?
Yes. So yes, at some point we need to get to grips with the hedge. We're going to implant it with some other hedgerow, and the gate will get straightened out. So at the moment we're just waiting until we finish the front garden path.
We need to finish the path because the gate has to be raised.
Because so we're finishing the front garden path. That will mean that the path is about that much higher than it is now, so the gate needs to go up. So it will all get sorted, but yes, it's not necessarily priority at the moment.
No, not even close.
We are keeping the hedge. It's been there for a long
It's
time.
an ancient hedge, I think. It's very
So
old.
we're keeping the hedge, but we just need to do a bit of maintenance and infill. The next question. So it's two questions following on from the last sofa chat. So this is Lisa Griffiths. My question is, how long have you been married and how did you meet? And which of you really wanted to buy Star Corner, or did you both want to buy it? How long ago did we meet?
24 years ago?
Is it really?
Something like that, yeah.
Wow.
I'm guessing.
It doesn't know.
We've been married 18 years. It's got to be 24 years. I don't think we got met and married within 3 years.
We did actually.
Did we? Oh dear. What did I do that for?
It was all very quick.
Yeah.
So
It's probably 20. It's got to be 22 years then.
It is, because I think it was only a year or something until my 30th. And then thinking about how old I am now, it was about 22 years.
Right.
We were introduced by a friend. It wasn't a blind date. Our friend said that we just weren't suitable at all, didn't she? So it was just a case of two people going to have a drink in the pub at the same time. But for me, it was love at first sight. You thought I was a frosty old cow. But for me, as soon as I saw you, I knew that I was going to marry you.
That's got stalker vibes about it, that has.
So that's how we met. And with regards to Star Corner, we had seen so many houses before we bought this place and they were never quite right. You didn't like it, I didn't like it. They didn't have enough garden and all those things. And we came to see this and we both really liked it, didn't we?
And it really was in quite a terrible state, really, wasn't it?
Yeah, no one else would take it on. Builders had looked at it. Various other people had looked at it, and everyone was just for a builder who was looking to turn a profit. There was no profit to be made in it, and for a novice DIYer, it was quite scary. So, so we both liked it.
Yeah, we did. Loved it.
Whilst I'm looking for the next questions, do you want to explain why your knees look like that? Because you're going to get so many questions about your knees.
What about my knees? Yeah, well, I've decided to wear shorts to work today because it's so hot. And when I'm kneeling down, all the muck and stuff from the ovens gets on a mat that I put down to keep the floor clean. But consequently, it gets all over my knees.
And I nabbed you before you
had a shower.
Had a chance to have a shower so that we could do this.
I do feel like an overgrown schoolboy, I have to say.
Right. these are the questions that have been sent recently.
Okay.
We've been so busy that neither of us have actually looked at
No,
these, so we have
don't
no
know.
idea what's coming. La Farmhouse said, what are your plans of your beautiful cottage to finish by the end of this year? And what will you begin in the new year? Okay, this is quite simple. The plans for the rest of this year, we need to finish the bathroom
Yeah.
and the bedroom,
Yeah.
the log store.
Yeah.
We want to make good inroads with the herb garden and the espalier hedge.
Yeah. Get the
and
gate up.
fence and put the gate up, and that's it.
Well, there are other jobs.
There are
yeah.
other jobs, like we need to put some curtain poles up, and
I've got to put some lead flashing up. There's
so
a few odd sods to do
there are a
outside.
few smaller jobs,
Yeah.
but as long as we have an indoor shower, that we have our bedroom with hopefully some wardrobes and things. I mean, it sounds as though it's not a lot, but actually, even what I've said, there's quite a lot involved in it.
It would be quite useful to get lovely Jamie back.
The electrician,
because he can hook up, rather than having to plug the immersion in, we can actually get the boiler running properly.
Yeah. So the major things that you will see are the shower ensuite finished, bedroom. I won't say finished because we want to make built-in wardrobes and things, but we will be in the bedroom.
Yeah.
With the floor down.
We might get the carcass up for the wardrobes. We might do. It depends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the log shed. So
that'll be done this weekend.
All of it.
Apart from the doors.
Wow, that's good.
Yeah.
Somebody did say earlier about the log shed. Should you be putting doors on it because the wood needs to breathe?
No, that's true. However, I am going to put 2 solar panels on the roof, which I'm going to hook up to a dehumidifier. So that will actually suck the moisture out of the air. So I want to keep it as airtight as possible, really. But we can always leave them ajar if we have to let it blow. It's not a problem. But if the dehumidifier is running, it will take the moisture out and then dry it out.
Yeah. So next year, we haven't actually talked about this, but I think I know what's happening next year. So the big jobs. Oh, I should explain that we haven't done the skylights yet. Everything costs a hell of a lot of money, doesn't it?
Well, the skylight, the main skylight in the kitchen is about 2.5 meters by a meter in one pane of glass. So, like normal people, we could have just gone and bought one, but actually, just the skylight alone is about £3,000, I think, or 3,500, and then you've got to get someone to fit it. So we have done it differently. We've made the opening, or I've made the opening, and I am just going to get a double glazing unit made to size, which is about 600 quid. But I still need to hire a vacuum lifter, which is essentially it sucks the glass up and like a telehandler, and you can lift it all up and put it in place. But that's still going to be about 1,000 quid by the time we're done.
Yeah. Our biggest problem is time and money. We both have full-time jobs, and every little job, every apparent little job that needs doing has a price tag attached to it.
Yeah, and usually, well, nothing's cheap, is it? Everybody knows nothing's cheap. You can't just go and knock
So
it
the
out for nothing.
big projects for next year, we will sort out the kitchen next year.
Yeah.
You're keen to get
I just
done.
want to get it done, yeah.
So next year it will be the kitchen and the boot room. So the extension area will be finished, and then we need to sort out the girls' bedrooms and the bathroom.
Yeah, but the bathroom's not. Actually, no. I was going to say the bathroom's not simple, but once we've got the shower, we can then knock down what is our current bathroom, because I've got to put a new set of drains and stuff.
Yeah.
in,
So the big one is the kitchen and the boot room, and then we want to carry on with the garden as well.
Yeah, we've got to juggle both of them, haven't we?
Yeah. But we are getting to the point now where the big renovation stuff is getting more and more just like sort of hardcore decorating rather than...
And snagging lists, just little bits and pieces that need to be finished off.
Yeah. But we're not touching the kitchen this year. It will just be left as is. So obviously,
unless I go off on one.
No, I don't want you to.
You might come home and find it's done.
No,
that'd be nice, wouldn't it?
No, because you don't do things that quickly. What was I going to say?
Don't do the kitchen.
Oh, no. One of the things that we have done for quite a few years is that we throw ourselves into it in the summer. And, I mean, even now we are knackered, aren't we?
And not elegantly
and
so.
not elegantly. Yeah. So what we try and do is do all the hardcore renovation stuff by the end of September, early October. And then I'm not saying that we stop doing things on the house, but we certainly take a bit of a break. We try and enjoy, we try and entertain a bit more. We try and enjoy Christmas, and then we've got birthdays and things in January,
I've also
February,
got my
March.
busiest times coming up from
Your
September.
busiest time. So we do tend to say beginning of October, let's try and get everything that we were going to do done by then, and then we'll just do, like I said, put some curtain poles up or fix a door or something, won't we? So it's not that we stop, but we certainly take the foot off the pedal. And I feel that we need that, actually. Yeah, because you're really busy with work up until Christmas. I'm obviously busy. So, and then we sort of really pick up again in March time.
Yeah.
Just hunker down, light some candles and watch loads of films through the winter. I mean, historically, it hasn't been very comfortable, has it? So we've huddled in this room because...
No, whereas actually this year should be different.
Yeah. This is Faith Chapman. Has your style always been elegantly knackered, or has it evolved over time?
It has evolved.
Style does evolve.
Yeah.
It's been elegantly knackered for a long, long time.
It has.
Probably we really defined our style, I think, when we started buying and selling antiques. It was what we were really sort of drawn to.
Yeah.
So it's a bit of a combination of that. Your style wasn't elegantly knackered when I met you.
No.
I'm not sure what it was. One of the things, even in my very first house, I remember when people want to give you things, I did have a very specific style. I knew my style. So when people were trying to give me things, I wouldn't just have it because it was, I wouldn't just accept a sofa because it was a free sofa. Yeah. I wouldn't accept a dining room table because it had to be what I wanted. So even from the very first house, I knew my own style, and it has always incorporated old things. Always had my Urkel dining room table, but more in the early days.
Did that include your boyfriend at the time? When he was 10 years older than you.
Okay, we don't need to go into that, do we? You've put me off my... No, you've completely put me...
You've introduced old things.
Yeah, I've always had old things. But I suppose at the time, in my very first house, I was very habitat-y as well. It had quite a habitat.
House of tat.
So I was maybe a bit more modern using old things, where now it's just old
things.
Old all the way.
Yeah.
Right, Helen Bailey. Will you talk through the woodshed design? Will it need ventilation? So we've touched on the ventilation.
Yeah.
It's not a complex design, but what
you couldn't get any more doors in, could you? Really?
No, we have 4 doors.
Yeah.
So there are three accessible sides, all of which are in different areas. So one side faces the stock garden, one side, the long side, faces the driveway, and then the other side faces what will be the courtyard. And then obviously one of them is up against the shed of doom and will be up against the cart shed.
Yeah.
So we have 2 doors accessing the actual log store. So one from the courtyard and one from the driveway. One for
deliveries, one to go and grab wood.
Yeah, so because there'll actually be a big fence or something separating those areas. So yeah, the wood will get delivered through the driveway side, and then we'll be able to access it through the courtyard. Mm-hmm. Also on the driveway, there's a little shed for you to keep all your work sundries.
Mini shed of doom.
A mini shed. It won't be a shed of doom. It better not be. But you've just got... So we've divvied the back of the shed, back of the log store, we've put a partition up, and then that splits into two. So you'll have a little shed to put all your work sundries.
All my work sundries and supplies, and we're going to put a freezer in there as well, aren't we?
Yeah, a mini freezer. From the stock garden, you have to excuse me, so I've got a headache and I'm really struggling to concentrate. So from the stock garden, that's where I'm going to keep my garden parasols and
chairs,
overwinter the garden
like
chairs
that, yeah.
and things. So there's three sections, the big log store and then two smaller sections. And it's just, you've built it on, we put the concrete base down, you've built it on bricks,
a dwarf wall, yeah.
on a little wall, and then the rest is
the
wood and it's going to be
up.
clad.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is Sandy Adams. Do you have any renovation plans for the upstairs rooms?
Yes.
Well, yes. Upstairs really is more of a case of decorating. We've actually already done quite a lot upstairs, so we've already insulated it. You've plastered the ceilings.
Yeah.
So upstairs there are currently 3 bedrooms. With the middle bedroom, you have to access the middle bedroom through either of the bigger
because
bedrooms.
we have 2 staircases.
Because we've got 2 staircases. So you go up either of the staircases and you get to a double room, and then there's a smaller bedroom in the middle.
Now, when we moved in, that had a corridor, didn't it? It was carved up, so it was a corridor.
It was a tiny bedroom. Yeah. So we are going to, as soon as we can move out of our bedroom and move into our new bedroom, the girls will have a bedroom each,
which they can access independently
from their own stairway, and then they'll have a Jack and Jill bathroom.
Yeah.
So all the plumbing is ready. It's it's not in place, but in the bedroom.
Yeah. All the tails are there just to connect up.
Yeah. We've insulated the walls. So really, as soon as we can spread out from that space, each bedroom will have a built-in wardrobe. They'll obviously have a bed. We're working with the girls to make sure that we design their bedroom for what they need it for. And then there'll be this lovely bathroom. This is Seahorse 56. How did you 2 lovebirds meet? Well, we have covered that briefly.
And we covered it in another one previously, didn't we?
Yes. So yeah, we were just introduced through
a mutual friend.
She'd been saying for a long, long time that she had this friend who was an amazing chef.
That's true.
And she did make you sound amazing.
I am amazing. What do you mean she did make you sound amazing?
And then I was in between jobs and I'd been shopping with my friend for some new work clothes. And I was staying over and she just said, we're going to the pub, do you want to come? And she asked you as well. But my goodness, how many times did she keep saying it wasn't a...
I wasn't meant to be there that night either. I was supposed to be in Bedford
going out
with mates.
somewhere else.
Yeah.
And you went straight from work looking really scruffy. You'd got Iron Maiden, nothing changes. You've got a Iron Maiden t-shirt on, ripped jeans, a lumber jacket, and you'd come straight from work. And I walked into the pub and saw you and just thought, I am going to marry you. And that was it.
The rest is history.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Lucky you.
Yeah, go me.
Helen Bailey again. Will you have a weather vane on the roof at some stage? Honest answer, Helen, I've never thought about it.
Although I did see I picked up a weather vane the other day, which I like the look of. That big arrow.
Oh, was that a weather vane?
It was part of a weather vane. It was missing its thing.
Oh,
Because that would be quite cool. You could stick it on the shed. Stick it on the outdoor kitchen.
Yeah, maybe the
roof.
cart shed or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hadn't thought about it, but now you planted that seed, so
Yeah. There you go, Helen.
never say never. We'll have to set up a GoFundMe page for a weather vane.
GoFundMe page, yeah.
This is Helen again. After finding out what was in the shed of doom, why can't we see the rest? Helen has just constantly asked to see. You will see more of the contents of the Shed of Doom, but you'll never get to see in it. If you're new to the channel and you don't know what the Shed of Doom is, that we've got a big double garage and Mark somehow has blown both of those garages up and it's just I can't access it.
In your opinion,
it's just piled high with goodness knows what. We've got all sorts in there. You've got loads of tools and things.
I've got loads of machinery and stuff in
we did
there,
actually, a couple of years ago, we did actually empty it. So we have actually tidied that up once, but then I think what happened is we hadn't quite finished. We emptied it all out, put loads in the skip, hadn't quite finished, and then I think it rained. I think you threw everything back in. So,
well, when it all comes out to get sold and sorted, maybe you can do a quick video, have a treat. Just one whole video on the Shed of Doom.
Maybe. That is everything.
Is that all the questions?
Yes.
That was a quick one.
It was a quick one. So thank you for sending us your questions. As always, we hope you enjoyed that, and we will see you again next time. Bye for now.